It has been more than a year since the world came into a stop due to the coronavirus, where everyone is implored to stay in their homes, unable to have meaningful interactions with other people, and limiting our ability to go out and see the world. Even now, in the second half of the year 2021, after 200 million confirmed cases and 4 million total deaths worldwide, things aren't looking that much better. This pandemic obviously has created many health issues for people globally, be it physical or mental. So in this video, we'll be talking about one of the most insidious threats to our health during this pandemic, physical inactivity. Back in the pre-industrial era, almost everything had to be done physically, either by hand or with rudimentary tools, so people tend to live a very physically active life. However, this all changed after the Industrial Revolution, and especially today. The way we lived our lives has shifted dramatically over the past 2 centuries. With the modern technologies and convenience of the day, life has become much easier and less energy intensive for a lot of people around the world. Nowadays, we can get our food with a single tap of our phone. Many jobs now involve us sitting around and looking at the screen, and much of our entertainment are within the grasp of our hands. These advancements in technology and lifestyle, despite what some would say, are undeniably a positive change in our society. But like everything else in this world, it has a downside. And one of the biggest ones, and most relevant to this video, is the prevalence of sedentary lifestyle. So what even is a sedentary lifestyle? Sedentary lifestyle is defined as a way of living that lacks physical exertion with little energy expenditure. Some activities that are considered sedentary include sitting or lying down for a long time, watching televisions, and using the computers. Sedentary lifestyle has been prevalent in almost every country in the world even before the lockdown. In Indonesia, for example, the number of people in the age range of 18 to 35 that lacks physical activity increases from 46.1% in 2013 up to 33.5% in 2018. This of course led to an increase of physical inactivity related diseases such as chronic vascular disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, and even mental health problems such as depression. This trend was worsened once COVID-19 hits and lockdown was enforced. Research in the UK found out that the number of minutes people took for doing physical activities decreases by an hour after the first week of lockdown in March of 2020, representing a loss of 37% in individual weekly minutes of physical activity. All of this may sound scary, but we must remember that health and well-being is the right of every human on earth. Everyone deserves to live a healthy life. The UN has made it clear that in order to create a better world, health and well-being is part of the Sustainable Development Goals. And one of the points regarding sustainable health development stated that by 2030, the number of premature mortalities from non-communicable diseases must be reduced by 1/3 to prevention and treatment and promotion of mental health and well-being. Included in that category of non-communicable diseases are cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and mental health. This proves that to achieve this lofty goal and also to maintain our health, we have to avoid and prevent the negative effects of sedentary life. So, the question we all now must answer is, how do we avoid the many negative side effects of sedentary life? There are many ways to mitigate health problems posed by inactivity, but the one we will be discussing in this video is routine physical activity. So, you might be wondering then, what is physical activity? The World Health Organization describes physical activity as any bodily movement performed by the skeletal muscle that uses more energy in comparison to when we are resting. Physical activity can include daily acts such as walking, cycling, and even doing simple household chores. Ideally, the WHO recommends that adults in the age range of around 18 to 64 should have up to 300 minutes or just about 5 hours of moderate aerobic physical activity or 150 minutes, about 2.5 hours of vigorous aerobic activities per week. So all in all, the WHO recommends about 30 to 50 minutes of aerobic exercise every day. These exercises can include things such as walking and jogging, cycling around the neighborhood, or even doing aerobic dances early in the morning. It is also best if these aerobic exercises are accompanied with strength exercises for about 20 minutes for at least twice a week. But doing exercises for an hour every day is simply just not enough. It may seem like running and putting your body through the motion is enough to maintain our health, but it's not just about doing exercises every day. It is about the amount of time we are being physically active during a single 24-hour period. For example, assuming a person gets a typical 8-hour sleep, a 30-minute to 60-minute exercise won't be enough to keep up with the other 15 hours of sedentary behavior. Maintaining our health is not only about exercising alone, but also about the amount of time we spend being physically active when compared to the time when we spend being inactive. It is not implying that resting and lying in our bed doing nothing is a bad, or that we have to be physically active every single day. In fact, it is incredibly helpful for our body to take a rest regularly, even if it means for an entire day. We can even divide and spread our exercises throughout the day if we have to. But what we must do is that we must be conscious about the time we have and what we do with it. Try to stand up and take a walk around your room after staring at the computer. Do some light stretchings and whenever we feel tired from work. Or even simply just dance around a little when doing chores. All of these activities, though may they seem to be inconsequential at first glance, coupled with regular exercises and a healthy diet, they can go a long way to keep us healthy. Because when it comes to health and well-being, every little bit helps. It may seem hard at first to keep our health. The modern world we live in is characterized by speed and the idea that every second of our time must be dedicated to achieving some unachievable material goal without care for our own health and safety. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have to remind ourselves just how precious and important our health is, not only for ourselves, but for everyone around us. Every person not suffering from a disease is another family that is happy that all its members are healthy. Health is a basic human right. Every person in this world deserves it. And with our own individual will and collective effort, we can change the course of our path towards a healthier and better world. This video is created as part of the 64th Student Studies Service of the University of Erlangga. We are grateful for the opportunity given to us to learn and make this world a better place. And we are grateful for everyone that has given their times to watch our short video. Thank you, and we'll see you again.